Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem Brzee.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our special webinar this month. This is our monthly Shreem Brzee workshops or webinars, and we enjoy bringing you different topics, ways to use Shreem Brzee, how to enhance your practice. And this month is special because it is all about the full moon. And today starts the full moon. So hopefully you're able to watch and then implement all the wonderful teachings that Dr. Pillai has given to us about the full moon, how it enhances our ability to manifest, and how to use Shreem Brzee during this very special power time. So I know that different time zones, the moon phase starts at different times. In the US, it's this afternoon. So in advance, happy full moon. My name is Gina. My spiritual name is Lakshmi, and I love coming to meet with you guys each month, twice a month. We do a workshop, and then we also do a power time forecast so that you understand all the power times throughout the month and how to use Shreem Brzee during them. So let's just jump into the full moon aspect and what we'll be covering here today. I will be taking questions, so please post them in chat. I will get to them after I'm done with my presentation. So, what is the full moon? The full moon is a time where the moon phase actually looks like it's growing in the sky. It just means there's more light reflecting upon it. And it signifies abundance because it's full, because it no longer has any phases that are waiting to occur or going away, right? It is in its maximum capacity. And so if we think about what the moon represents our mind. It influences water, which our body is mostly made up of. Then we can kind of create that relationship. If the moon is impacting my mind and my entire body, and of course my spiritual being as well, then how might I be affected by that? Well, the maximum capacity, the abundance of the moon is here, and it is blessing us with that same energy, that same power. So we have maximum abundance. We have the ability to create. Our mind can expand and be as full as it possibly can during this phase. And typically a full moon is an entire day, like it's about a 24-hour period. So you can check out when it starts and when it stops. For the US, it starts this afternoon and Saturday, October 8th, and ends on October 9th afternoon. So that is the influence of the moon on our mind. Now, spiritually, Dr. Pillai says that during the full moon, these divine beings just rush to the earth plane. They come down us in our manifestation. So not only are we having the benefit of our mind being expanded and being able to hold the capacity, the maximum capacity, but now we have these divine beings who are coming to help us as well. And they're just energetically surrounding us. We don't know where they are. We don't know, some people can see them. We don't necessarily who they are, but just knowing and trusting that the earth plane is full of these amazing divine beings that allows us to kind of be propelled into another state. So think about this. If you're thinking about a thought and you think about it during a maximum capacity time, a full moon time, it is at its fullest potential. And also now we have these spiritual beings who are assisting in that process. They're like, oh, this person is thinking about this particular thing. Let me help send this energy and support it. Of course, if it's right for us, right? They'll only support what's in our best interest, and we can always make that prayer as well. So we have the support of the divine beings, we have the support of the actual moon itself and how it influences our mind and our body. And that gives us this window of opportunity to really make something happen. So it's so important. The full moon is the most important time of the entire month for your Shreem Brzee practice. Cannot emphasize this month. This is more. If you do nothing, the other days of the month, definitely do something on the full moon. It'll benefit you the most. Okay, of course I want you to do your Shreem Brzee every day, and of course you should have a consistent practice. But in the event that you miss anything, do not miss the full moon every month. That'll give us additional, it multiplies everything that we do. So today I'm going to talk about 3 different techniques or 3 different topics that you can utilize during the full moon. And I will share my screen now and jump into that portion of our presentation. Okay. Oops, I'm on the wrong page. Let me go back. So do feel free to post questions if you have any. Oh, I was on the right page. Let's go share it again. All right, so today's the full moon. This is our full moon gathering for abundance. You're going to learn 3 different techniques today to magnify your manifestation process. One is the mantra multiplier. Love this technique. I will teach you all about it. The password for prosperity and the timing of the full moon. I'm getting into some more nuances of how you can utilize this time. So first of all, the importance of the full moon. I kind of went over a lot of this already. Dr. Pillai says what you do in a full moon is multiplying, whether it's chanting or you're writing the mantras or you're praying or you're focusing on the goals. It's a natural multiplier of that effort. That is why this is so important for you to make sure you always utilize the power of the full moon. Do not let this pass every month, okay? The full moon also helps us tap into the divine energies, which is the goddess. The goddess, especially Lakshmi, is more present during this full moon time. Why? Because she represents abundance. She represents all the things that the full moon helps us get, like material comforts, material energies, wealth, abundance of all kinds, right? Even children. So here we have the goddess being more present during the full moon. So let me jump right into the mantra multiplier technique. Dr. Pillai says, flowers have a tremendous ability to multiply sounds. So if you have to say Shreem Brzee 1,000,000 times, then the chances of getting that energy are about 90%, 95%. Meaning we probably won't do it 1,000,000 times, right? Take a flower petal, say Shreem Brzee into it, and it will multiply like 1,000-fold. So what you do is when you're doing your practice, if you get a flower petal, any flower petal, chant Shreem Brzee into it, Shreem Brzee, and then offer it to the goddess. That is multiplying the effects of the mantra. It's like saying it 1,000-fold is what he's saying. Okay. So let me just give you an example. I meant to bring my flower petals and I forgot. Sorry about that. So you basically take a flower petal. So what I do is I make a bowl of 108. I count them out beforehand. This way you don't have to worry about it. So just count out your flower petals, and then you lift one up and you say Shreem Brzee. You don't have to put it to your mouth, but you can if you want to. If you want to say Shreem Brzee, or if you want to put it to your heart and say Shreem Brzee, because everything that you are saying is like when you say Shreem Brzee, it's coming from you, right? It's emanating out of you. So just holding the flower petal and saying Shreem Brzee is the multiplying effect. So you hold it, say Shreem Brzee. Again, you can hold it to your heart. You can speak it into your mouth, or speak it from your mouth into the flower petal, and then offer it to the goddess. So always start your puja or your offerings with a prayer to Ganesha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, and then make a prayer to Ganesha to please remove all obstacles for this offering and remove all obstacles for my successes. Then start with your Shreem Brzee. Just, you can say Om Shreem Brzee Lakshmiye Namaha, or you can just simply say Om Shreem Brzee or Shreem Brzee. So you pick up a flower petal, Shreem Brzee, offer. Pick up the next one, Shreem Brzee. Pick up the next one, Shreem Brzee, offer to the goddess. And you do that 108 times. When you're done, you'll have this beautiful mound of flowers on top of your goddess in whatever form you had. It could be imaginary. If you don't have a statue or a yantra, just imagine her before you and then place those in front of her. You could have a picture, yantra, statue, anything that represents the goddess. Or like there's lotuses behind me. A lotus, she's sitting on a lotus, she holds lotuses, they represent her. So any way in which you want to represent the goddess is fine. Just saying the mantra, Shreem Brzee, and making the offering. And we are actually going to be doing this on tonight's full moon 6-hour immersion. So if you're interested in doing it along with the group, then you should join that. The link is below in the video. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, let's go back to my presentation. Okay, so that's the mantra multiplier technique. Hopefully that is clear. And like I said, I will get to your questions. The next topic is the password to call on Goddess Lakshmi. Dr. Pillai says, if you want to do something extraordinary, you have to use mantras. Mantra literally means that it protects the mind. Mantras are nothing but passwords to connect to the divine. That's Dr. Pillai's words. Mantras are nothing but passwords to connect to the divine. The sound Shreem Brzee is the sound of the divine being. It's the sound of the goddess. So when we chant, Dr. Pillai says, go on chanting Shreem Brzee to access divine grace of the goddess and establish a connection with her. So you know the password. The password is Shreem or Brzee or Shreem Brzee. You can use any version of the mantra if you want. And I even gave you the other one, Om Shreem Brzee Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shreem Brzee Lakshmiye Namaha. Om Shreem Brzee Lakshmiye Namaha. So there are all the passwords to call upon the goddess to access this prosperity. And it's important because the mantra protects the mind. From what? What is the mantra protecting the mind from? Us, our thoughts, our negativity, all the ideas we continue to consume and create based on what will not happen, right? So the password protects the mind from that, from the thoughts. So you want to always use the mantra as much as possible throughout the day. Have it playing in your earphones, have it playing in your environment, in your car, in your house, in your home, in your office. Just have it playing so that you remember it. Dr. Pillai once says, Shreem Brzee doesn't work when you don't remember it. So remembering the mantra is so important. So just fill, especially on this full moon day, just fill your life with the mantra as much as you possibly can. Please, right now, just put it on. Even if you just go on YouTube and play on, one of our videos on repeat, make sure it's Dr. Pillai's voice. You want his transmission, and just continue to play this all day. All right, next topic is access abundance at the right time. So we often talk about power times. And I already said that this is the power time for the full moon, right? We're about to move into that this afternoon. But there are other power times. So for example, well, let me just back up for a second. The power times open up a window of opportunity that helps you accelerate whatever energy that supports. And so for us, and we're wanting to accelerate our wealth manifestation, and the Venus Hora, which is the hour of Venus throughout the day. And you can find that on your Astroved Hora Watch or Astroved Assistant app. We have Venus. We also have Fridays, which is ruled by Venus. And then we have the full moons. Those are the most potent times for us to really access Shreem Brzee. So now that we're already going to be inside of this full moon, what other times will make it even more powerful? What other times? How do we layer our power times, right? So we're in the full moon. We've got the biggest, best power time. Now what else? We have Venus Hora. So if you can find out when the Venus hour is in your time zone, and it'll happen several times throughout this full moon period, because the full moon period is about 24 hours in length, then you'll want to do extra practices during that time, during Venus Hora. The other time when the goddess is accessible, regardless of the day, regardless of the hora, is at night. So Dr. Pillai says 11 p.m. to midnight or even 1 a.m. is a very goddess power-packed time. So if you're able to do your practice during that time, even better. And tonight we are hosting the full moon fire lab and the flower offering and 4-hour chanting. And we are going to be spanning all of this, at least in the East Coast and the West Coast US times. We'll hit a Venus Hora. We will have be together at 11 p.m. onwards, PT, as well as Eastern time. So those are additional times to access abundance during the full moon. Here are other ways to magnify your full moon experience. So timing, I talked about how timing is important. We have the full moon, and then we have the additional layers or double and triple power times during the full moon itself. Then we have group synergy, just like we're gathering right now. There's an energy around more people being together. Just think about when you're at a party, right? Like the more people you're there to interact with, there's energy, there's an infusion, or you're at a concert, or you're at anything where there's multiple people, the energy is magnified. It is, and then you create a synergy that individually you would not be able to create. When you come together, it creates something bigger than yourself. That's group synergy. Dr. Pillai says we should be meditating in group. We should be meditating in group. And so we host every Friday, I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific time, a free Shreem Brzee group chanting. So in meditation, join that. It's on the Shreem Brzee official YouTube channel. Come join that every Friday morning. And then on the full moons, we are gathering again. We're gathering together for 6 hours to enjoy the group energy of one another that creates a synergy bigger than ourselves. Another thing that you can do during the full moon to magnify your experience is do some sort of sacred ceremony, a ritual. I have taught rituals in other videos. If you want to, I just taught one today about the mantra multiplier. That's a ritual. You can do pujas, offerings to the goddess. You can do a hydration ceremony, which is hydrating or pouring milk and or water over your statue or yantra. So those are sacred ceremonies. You definitely want to do them during the full moon. We are going to be doing a fire lab on the full moon as well. So you're welcome to join that. Those you're not participating in per se, unless you want to do one of the mini fire labs with a candle at home. But this is otherwise you're watching and praying along and experiencing the fire as it is being created by the priestess or priest who is facilitating the ritual. So that's also going to be happening tonight on our full moon immersion. So those are the additional 3 things that help us to magnify our full moon experience. So let me tell you a little bit about the full moon Shreem Brzee immersion, which is happening. It's 6 hours in length. It includes a interactive fire lab, which is about an hour long, a puja with 108 flower petal offerings. And a puja is offerings. It's offering of light, food, incense, candle, all of those good things. It'll be about a half hour or so in length. And then there'll be a 4-hour guided meditation, which is Dr. Pillai's recorded audio. So we'll be doing all of that together. I will be there and I'll kind of guide us into the manifestation process, really visualizing and creating a tactile experience of what our manifestation is important to resonate with the purity and the love and the joy of what it is you want to manifest. And I've done other webinars all on that topic, so you can watch that as well. But tonight I'll be doing a bit of that to help us get into that mindset. Okay. So there's 2 ways you can join. And basically one is monthly subscription. So you just join it once and every month you get this amazing full moon immersion experience, or you just do it one time and you can just join this month and see how you like it. And if you love it, then you can come back and do the recurring. So you save a couple dollars. So that is our full moon Shreem Brzee immersion that is happening tonight, October 8th. And the link is below the video if you'd like to join. I hope that you do, because it is just not the time to miss, never miss a full moon, basically. So whether you're doing it with us or you're doing it alone, please always access the goddess and Shreem Brzee on the full moon where its most potential is there. All right, so we have the free events. I mentioned already that every Friday, group meditation, chanting, Brzee, YouTube, and Facebook. And then the next time you'll see me is going to be October 23rd, where I'll give a Power Time update for November. All right, so now we'll get to your questions. All right, let's see. I'm going to check out chat. I am chanting. Okay, I've been chanting and I do not get results. This is a common question in terms of people, really wanting to manifest and produce. And of course, some people, it happens quickly. They chant Shreem Brzee for a week or a few days or consistently for a month and have, kind of amazing results happen. Other times people can be chanting for years and not having something come to fruition. 2 things I want to say. One is take a close look at what might be manifesting that you might be missing. So, did anything happen in that time period? Sometimes we want the big thing. We want the downfall of money, or we want to win the lottery, or we want, but maybe you got a slight promotion, or maybe you didn't lose your job when other people did, or, maybe there were gifts that came through that you didn't, kind of log recognize. It's really important log all the miracle attitude and expectation of more coming to you. Okay, so that's really important acknowledgement. The next is that everyone a part of karma. So if you have a pretty stuck karma, then it'll take you longer to manifest and it'll take Shreem Brzee longer to work. So what is the solution to that? You can add a mantra to your practice. It is specifically for karma removal. It's called Tiru Nila Kantam. Tiru Nila Kantam, ThiruNeelaKantam, Kantam. Tiru Nila Kantam. You focus at the throat. You visualize that the throat is blue, and that blue energy, that blue light is absorbing the karma, because there's a juncture here at the throat that is a karmic, and the shoulders are also hold a lot of karmic energy. So you chant Tiru Nila Kantam, and whatever it is that you're feeling is stuck, if you know it specifically, like bad finances or issues with people, relationships, ask for that energy to be removed, right? So just imagine that the Tiru Nila Kantam, the mantra is absorbing that out of your throat, out of your shoulders, out of your entire body, your head, your mind, your brain, and dissolving that. So very important. So do extra karma removal techniques. I also did a whole workshop on ways to remove karma with Brzee, not even using a different mantra, but using Brzee. Chant Brzee at the throat. You can cut limes, lemons, break coconuts. There's different techniques. Okay, so please check that out and double down on anything that you're doing with karma removal. Please, if you've been doing Shreem Brzee and you're not getting results. And then observe. So the point number one was observing what is happening to you, being grateful for it always, regardless of what that is, and that there's always a blessing in store for us. And number two is do the karma rule, and not just keep going back and forth. Do the karma rule, be grateful and acknowledge what gifts and blessings we're receiving. Okay, so I know that it's frustrating. I know that if you're doing Shreem Brzee, you want results right now. We all do, but everyone is birthed into this lifetime with a different karmic experience. We've done different things in our past lives. We have a different mindset. We have different thoughts that are coming through to us at any given time. Some people are automatically thinking prosperous thoughts. Some people are automatically thinking negative, self-defeating, doubtful, disbelief thoughts, and it's just harder to get through. It's like kind of walking through the mud. If your mud is deeper than the person next to you, they're going to walk faster and they're going to walk through it. But yours, because of whatever accumulation you did in other past lives, and no shame or blame, it's just right now you have a little bit of a harder path to get through. But the good news is you're working on it. The good news is you're here. The good news is you haven't given up. So please don't give up. Continue your practice, continue chanting, and do so with belief. So I know it can be a little hard if in the past something didn't happen. Oh, I've been chanting for 3 years or a year, or 6 months or whatever it is, and nothing is occurring. That's another mindset. That's your mindset of nothing is happening. Okay. Things are happening on the subtle level, just like when you plant a seed and you water it and you wait however long it takes for that seed to germinate. You may say there's nothing happening, but really there is something happening. Your seed is just taking longer. It's deeper in the ground. It needs a little more water, right? It needs a little more TLC, but it is happening. So please, it's not that nothing is happening. It's just that your results haven't happened just yet. So continue your process, and really important to stay positive. So those three parts of this, the answer to your question. One is the acknowledgement of anything that's happening in your life and gratitude for everything that you have. 2 is doing the more karma removal techniques. 3 is staying positive, because even if you're doing the mantra and you're just literally continuing to say, no, nothing's happening, this doesn't work, nothing works out for me, all the negative thoughts that we have, that will defeat the mantra. That will not support the mantra's creation. Okay, so very important, all those things. So I hope that helps you. Okay, in one of the videos, you said that according to Dr. Pillai, that the direction to face north while chanting. Yes, truth seeker. So a direction in which to face when you are chanting or meditating, Shreem Brzee is north. North is abundance. So there's in Vastu, the Vedic version of feng shui and directional energy support. North supports activity, abundance, prosperity. East supports spirituality. South supports releasing, letting go, okay, or death energy. And West, I'm not fully familiar, more esoteric of the West. So Dr. Pillai says either north or northeast. So if you're facing north, that's great. Or if you're like, I'm going to go in between and do the northeast, you get both the spirituality as well as the prosperity. Thank you for that question. Can I chant Brzee instead of Shreem Brzee? Absolutely. Yes, you can. Brzee is the other half of the mantra. So Brzee was given to Dr. Pillai by Vishwamitra, and that sound alone was given in order to have full abundance, right? So Dr. Pillai added the Shreem in order to make it more powerful, but I sometimes just love Brzee. I love listening to it. We have some mantra music for it. So yeah, allow yourself to just fall into Brzee or whichever one. Sometimes recently, actually, I just felt like chanting just Shreem. So I did that for a bit. So yeah, play with it. Just like I said earlier, there's Shreem or Brzee or Shreem Brzee or Shreem Brzee. And then you can put Om or not in front of any of those. Any other questions? Questions? Okay. Yeah, full moon, don't miss it, folks. This is it. This is the day every month. It's like, it comes, and we're leading up to that time is also like this growth period. It's all very exciting. So little bonus information, the things you should do today to make the most of your Shreem Brzee. Full moon. 1, chant Shreem Brzee. Continually play it everywhere. Write Shreem Brzee. Dr. Pillai says to write it 1,008 times on full moon days. I know that's a lot, but you can also span it the whole day, like between today and tomorrow, or even the next day, right? Just if you can do 1,008, that's fantastic. Do any ritual, flower petal offering, hydration ceremony, do puja. Okay. If you have a picture or statue of the goddess, puja is wonderful because it gets you to offer things to her. They'll offer candlelight, incense, food, so chocolate or fruits, flower petals, a little bit of water. That's how you do the puja. Hydration, water first, then milk over your yantra or statue. It can be super simple. Sometimes I just literally hold the yantra in my hand, pour water, and then pour milk. Dry it, put it back on your altar, and do your puja or your offerings. Meditation. We're going to be doing a 4-hour meditation of Dr. Pillai's techniques. That's a wonderful way to really go deep. If you've had a course that we've provided in the past, use the meditation from that. If you want to join us tonight for the 4-hour meditation, please do. Or just sit and meditate with the repetition of the mantra. That's a really, significant way to do it. Then you want to think of what you want to manifest. So maybe you kind of create like a vision board of what you want to create right now. So just dream it up. Dr. Pillai gave us that fantasy meditation, and I've used it a few times in some workshops, but like literally just thinking of what you want to manifest. Okay. Just have fun with it. Like, oh my gosh, what would my house look like? My car look like? What would my life look like? Would I be, how would I be traveling? All of these wonderful things that you want to manifest in your life. This is the time to pull in and pull them in with like joy and abundance. And we're going to be doing that in tonight's workshop too. We're going to be doing that. I'll be guiding us through like that meditation of the fantasy meditation of what we want to create. But be thinking about it. What would really just tickle your fancy? What would really make your life like full of joy? What do you really want to create? Times that I've created fast is when I was fully aligned with that manifestation. Just like, yes, it was happening and I already could feel it and see it and hear it. And just, it was already done. It was done. It just hadn't manifested in the 3D dimension just yet, but it manifested quickly. Usually whenever I'm fully aligned with that, it manifests quite quickly. So we'll be doing that tonight, but you can do that on your own. Just exploring all the beautiful things that you want to manifest in this life and being so excited about it. And then just infusing them into your senses, like seeing it, feeling it, hearing it, touching it, all of that. Okay. Yeah. So those are all the things you should be doing on the full moon today. And using Shreem Brzee to access that abundance, that tap into that power, that joy, that purity that she is. Let's see if there's any other questions. Beautiful. Here's another response to someone who is mentioning that they're not getting results. Someone said, if you're not getting any results, surrender to Babaji, to Dr. Pillai. As Babaji says, reach out to me, I will reach out to you. So yes, so whether it's Dr. Pillai or some other guru or a teacher that you have absolute faith in, or Shreem Brzee, wherever your faith lies, reach out to that being and ask for support. Another response is positive emotion is the frequency of wealth. 100%. You cannot manifest wealth while you're being, angry and cranky. You're just going to manifest all things aligned with being angry and cranky. Okay, so always keeping your vibration high, always keeping your purity. And of course, not always. We go through, we go through ebbs and flows of a particular rhythm, and that's okay. Okay, there's no harm and there's no shame in that. But know that the abundance happens when we are in that higher frequency. We are excited and we're able to really tune in and bring that joy to what it is we want to manifest. Yeah, so the inner creates the outer, right? So when we're clear and excited and we have very specific goals in mind and we're focusing on them and we know what they are, that is that's important. That is where we're able to align. Any more questions, comments? I love your comments. Everyone's supporting each other. That's great. Katie says, I try to keep a positive outlook on life internally, regardless of what I'm seeing externally. Key. And thank you for mentioning that. That's what the inner is creating the outer. So sometimes, and like I said before, where the seed is growing, it doesn't always manifest, it hasn't always manifested yet. Okay. But it doesn't mean it's not there. So if you abandon your seed midway and you stop watering it because you're just like, nothing's happening, then your seed will die. But if you have faith and you continue and you know that it's happening, whether it's showing, even when it's not showing, that is where the manifestation process comes, right? That's where the faith comes in. That's where the dedication, the persistence, the commitment all come into play with our practice of what we're doing. So very important to not look at what is happening externally, but instead be focusing on what it is you want to manifest internally so that that can happen. I'll give you a quick story. Last couple months, I was going through some, just negativity, just things not going right in my external world as I wanted them to. And I know nothing. So of course, everything that was happening was perfectly aligned for whatever I needed. And my, goal throughout the day was to not look at the external world, was to only look at what I wanted to create, how I wanted to feel. And every day, that's just what I went through. And it's like, this is how I want this. The fantasy meditation, this is what I want to feel. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to do. And then, a little bit of time went by and all of that is coming to fruition. So never trust the external world. Only trust what you're manifesting internally. Any specific results to get faster results from Shreem Brzee? Well, I just gave you all of them. I literally did. The fantasy meditation, the rituals, the mantra writing, the mantra meditation, the mantra chanting, doing it during power times, doing it in group, doing it with especially a fire ritual, right? So all of those things are the way to get faster results, and they're all happening today on the full moon. So if you want to join the full moon immersion, 6 hours of all of that. And that is a way to just go deep and, set that aside of time for yourself, give it to yourself. We left it as affordable as we possibly could. And if you can't be there for the whole 6 hours, that's okay. This is all going to be recorded and available to you. And that is, that's the way for faster results. I also gave you the mantra for removing karma, which is another way to help accelerate. Aw, thank you, Pranava. She said, you emanate beauty, goddess. I feel your love for us. I do love you all. I really do. That's why I show up here. And it's also a great honor for me to be of service. I've learned so much from Dr. Pillai, and I'm so grateful for everything that I've received from him that it's just an honor to give back. So on that note, I'm going to wrap up here. It looks like we're finished. It has been amazing spending time with you. Please join me tonight for the full moon, where we'll be together for 6 hours. Fire ritual, puja with 108 flower petal offerings and a 4-hour meditation, and then a little guided fantasy meditation with me. So I wish you an abundant and blessed full moon. I hope Shreem Brzee comes to you and captures your hearts and gives you abundance and love as long as you honor and worship her. She needs you to make the step. She's not just going to come. You have to reach out to her, and you have to love her, and you have to chant her name, which is Shreem Brzee, and you have to welcome her into your life. And then only will she bless you. So please do all the things that I mentioned today. Have an amazing and abundant full moon, and I will see you soon. Namaste.
Shreem Brzee, 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 Shreem